Hello and welcome to Last Week in Finance. Today is January 24th of 2021. So let's get right to the numbers, shall we? The S&P 500 went up this week almost 2%, 1.94 to be accurate. Right now it's at 3,841 points. The DXY, the US dollar index, relatively flat this week, slightly negative. 0.62 down. Right now, the DXY is still over the 90 mark, 90.21 to be accurate. Gold also went up this week, 1.46%. Right now, the ounce of gold is at $1,855 per ounce. Also, silver went up, went even further than gold, as he uses to. Right now, the ounce of silver is at $25.49. Copper slightly up, Dr. Copper 0.76%. Right now, the pound of copper is at $3.629. The West Texas Intermediate crude oil relatively flat, minus 0.17%. Right now, the barrel of crude oil is at $51.92. The 10-year Treasury bond relatively flat. Last week was 1.09. This week closed at 1.086. And of course, big mover this week, sadly to the downside, was the Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin lagged down and went down minus 13% since last week. Right now, a Bitcoin is at $32,000, 119 cents. Now, of course, the biggest story of the week, we have a new president in the White House. Joe Biden officially became the 46th president of the United States. He started signing a lot of executive orders. Mostly, the most important I'm going to mention is first the minimum wage. He, by an executive order, he decreed that the federal minimum wage will be $15 per hour. Also signed other executive orders regarding the COVID-19 crisis, migration, climate change, uh, executive orders against social inequality, especially against racial minorities and the gay community, gay, trans, lesbian, LGBT plus community. Also, he signed, he signed an executive order regarding White House staff personal ethics. So don't want these things that happened with Trump and the people who work in the previous administration. He also signed an executive order taking down the permission to operations of the Keystone Pipeline. With this move, it's estimated that 70,000 people lost their jobs. Over 10,000 jobs were direct jobs, high paying jobs, and the rest was indirect jobs. So, thanks to this measurement, we're going to have more unemployed people, and we're going to give you the real number next week when we take the report of the Department of Labor. Right now, as we're seeing this, is expected also to approve a 1.9 trillion stimulus package to combat the COVID-19 crisis. We will have more on that in the next few weeks. Now, after seeing all of these executive orders, were around 30 of those executive orders, what we're seeing is the federal budget is going to skyrocket. Right now, it should be around $5 trillion at this moment, and it could go even higher. We don't know it yet, but that doesn't mean it will be more first, more treasury issues. That means more debt. And if the market doesn't absorb the debt, that is most likely, the Federal Reserve is gonna buy these things, and of course will be more money printing. And since the 1.3 stimulus package will include $2,000 checks, if is if it goes to Congress and Senate, most likely that will be the case. Probably will have inflation in the long run. Okay, so we're going to keep an eye on that, and that's not good at all. Also, this week, the president of the European Central Bank, Christine Lagarde, remember she was used to be the president of the Monetary Fund. Now she is at the seat of she's the chairman of the ECB, the European Central Bank. She was saying about Bitcoin that should be regulated, should have government intervention, and no, that's not the thing. Cryptocurrencies, especially the big ones, Bitcoin, Ether, XRP, Litecoin, you name it, these things are valuable because are decentralized. That's the crypto holders don't want that. That's what they are valuable. That's what are on the run and having they're on a rally right now. So it's very funny, you know. And I want to close with this: 9% of 9% of the total volume of the New York Stock Exchange volume is from small traders putting calls, I mean, making call orders to buy small cap companies and companies like Tesla, GameStop, you name it. 9%. That's huge. In the past few, let's say, a decade and a half, that volume, the max volume that you had from those traders was 3%. Right now, it's 9. It's close to 10. It's close to 10% of the volume is coming for small size traders, buying penny stocks, buying Tesla, you name it. What a freaking joke. Of course, the most likely this is not gonna end well. Also, I was watching this company, NIO, it's a Chinese company that makes electric cars or something. They're right now is the second most valuable company in market cap. I'm talking over, they're bigger in market cap size. They're bigger than BMW, Mercedes, Ferrari, General Motors, Ford, you name it. So, wow, I mean, I can't believe it when I read that. And last but not least, I have right here the jobless claims report for this week. It was at 900,000 new people filing for jobless claims. This was still a huge number. We are still close to 1 million new jobless claims per week. but still was slightly lower than Wall Street predicted. So I don't know if it's good or bad news, but I mean, this insane market right now. And that will be all for this week. Thank you very much for joining me on Last Week in Finance. I hope you have a very nice week. Bye bye and take care.